Welcome to our friends from all over the world. Here we are with We Are.
Hello.
Hello, welcome, Waltraud,
Yes.
our dear Waltraud Riegger-Krause, our instructor directly from Germany, right?
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm happy to be here and to be helping you and me and to find more peace inside and do some self-help. Today I would like to talk about the energy that is connected to, expansion, that is connected to our creativity. This is the energy of springtime. In Jin Shin Jyutsu, we call it the third depth, and it has to do with the element ether or with the quintessence. And the Chinese call it wood. It's an energy that is present at the springtime of the year, and the organ flows that are related are the liver flow and the gallbladder flow. And today I would like to guide you through the liver flow. And the first step of the liver flow, I put my left hand on to my left number 4. 4 is located right at the base of the skull, and my right hand is located below the collarbone, right below that bone here in the little hollow that you find there. And I have a slide that I can show you. Where? Oh, something happened. Now it is. Here it is. So this is safety energy lock number 4, right at the base of the skull. And we can just comfortably place the hand on that 4. And the other hand is on the 22s, right below the collarbone. She's holding both of her 22s, but we are just going, right hand is just going to the right 22. And this will help to bring the energy down. It guides the energy down of the head. So sometimes this energy, that liver energy, can shoot up into our head and create headaches. So the flow starts with the 4 to open the head, to help the eyes. The 4s are called the windows letting in air. That means we can receive life breath. And it has a very, very close connection to breathing. Right where we have our hand at the 4, that's where the breathing center is located. And it helps us to breathe from head to toes. So it helps us to exhale down, so everything can descend from the head. And number 22 brings it also down. So we clear the mind, so we clear the thoughts. Number 4 is also bringing in light. That means wisdom and knowledge. It opens up the consciousness. Any state of consciousness is related to the 4s. So it can be used in people that are unconscious. And it can be used to strengthen and developing our consciousness. So helping us to let go of the thinking, of the, thinking, the carousel of thoughts, especially at night when we want to fall asleep. So we can place both hands into our 4s and help us fall asleep. The 22s, they are saying complete. All the functions are coming together here and disperse again. So 22 helps us to adapt to the now, to any situation that I cannot change. It says, I am happy wherever I am. So if I cannot change the circumstances, I might as well be happy instead of grumpy and, I can't even change it. So grumpy. Being grumpy brings me into a bad mood, so I better be happy. Yeah, so this is the first step of our liver flow. And the liver energy has to do with movement. Springtime, we have a lot of wind happening. It is that energy that wants to expand, that wants to explode. First, it appears very, very gentle, very quiet, like a vision. It's the vision of the new year, the vision of the new, beginning. It's the ability to have visions, the ability to dream, to daydream, the ability to have imagination, to have fantasy, to be able to imagine my life. Right now, after we have so many changes everywhere, and still people are locked in and cannot work maybe, so this liver energy might be blocked and we might feel all tied up. And liver energy doesn't want to be tied up. It wants to move, smooth movement of all the bodily substances, also of all the emotions, and also the ability to move on in my life. If something is not right anymore, we have to move on, change. So this energy of springtime helps us to have a vision of what should come next. If something is not right anymore, it supports my creativity. It helps me to daydream. Look into your life. Is there something you want to change? Is there something that doesn't fit anymore? That's not right anymore? Maybe even something where you feel, blocked or clogged in, kind of like in a cage. What would you like to change? How would you imagine where you want to be? How does that picture look? Can you see yourself in a new circumstances, in a new environment, at a new working place? Maybe in a new relationship. How should that look, We are allowed to daydream, to imagine how it looks, how we would like to have it. And then we let go again and hand it over to the universe and see if it directs us into that direction. Then we have to let go again and see how life and see if life takes us there. Because if we get stubborn, if we try to really, get there by force, that's kind of a disharmony of the third depth and of the liver energy. If I can't get what I want, I'm getting angry. I'm getting irritated, frustrated. So just let it flow. You can have your picture, always come back to that imagination, and then let go again. And if you see that life brings you there, maybe you see 1 or 2 steps into that direction, then you know it's the right direction. Also notice your feelings. What do you feel when you are in that new picture, in that new vision? How do you feel? Do you feel much lighter? Do you feel that a whole load is off your shoulders? Or is there fear involved? Or some other uncomfortable feelings? Then it might not be the right thing. Just trust your inner feeling. That's also part of that depth, that part of that energy. Intuition. Trusting my intuition. And we are moving now from 22 to number 14. Number 14 is located at the lower rib, you know, when there my rib cage is, that's the end of my rib cage, and I place my right hand on the right 14. I show you a slide. Let's see the slides. Oops. Exactly. It's on the waistline. It opens the waist. It opens our center. It's there where the stomach is located, and we just slide to the right side and hold the base of the ribs. The 14s. The 14s bring equilibrium and balance. They keep me in balance in my life. They keep heaven and earth in balance. So my spiritual part and my physical part. So it connects spirit and body and gives me nourishment. So when I feel nourished by that new idea, then it might be right. If I don't feel nourished in my life, I don't feel nourished, for example, with my relationships, I don't feel nourished by my work, then this liver energy could start blocking, stagnating. And it brings other stagnated conditions. On the emotional level, we'll get angry, we'll get irritated, frustrated. On a physical level, there will be stagnation of blood. There will be stagnation in the neck, and I will get a stiff neck or a stiff spine. Liver energy stagnation can also lead to myoma, fibroids in English, or to other, menstrual projects. Heavy bleeding, for example. These stagnations can even affect our head, like headaches, migraines. It's all related to this liver energy stagnation. And then it rushes up and creates headaches. And in very severe cases, it can rush up very strongly and even create stroke conditions. So 14 harmonizes all these feelings of anger, of irritation, also worry, jealousy, any kind of very strong emotions. It's helping us to sleep, like the number 4. The number 4 helps to harmonize the thinking. If the thinking is too heavy, we cannot fall asleep. And the 14 is also harmonizing the energy of the waistline. So we can dream and have a good sleep without snoring, without nightmares, feeling centered. Feel very centered within. Always check your situation in your life. Even if we are out of center sometimes, that's normal. We all have that. But the Jin Shin Jyutsu can help us to get back into that center. Helps us to enhance our awareness so we can see and feel, what needs to be changed. And that's the first step, we have to first recognize it, we have to see it, we have to feel it, we have to recognize it. That's already the first step. That can even be that it's already getting better after that. Second step is we gotta change. We gotta do a change. Mary said the base of all healing is a change in belief, is changing our thinking. Especially when we have projects, especially when we have heavy, severe disease and projects, maybe we need to change something. And we always have that connection to the oneness. So our next step is holding energy lock number 1. So my right hand is going to the left number 1. So I can put my elbow on my knee and support it, and then hold the inside of the knee. And number 1 helps us to come back into that oneness, into that one connection to the universe. It gives us strength. And it's called the prime mover. So that means it also helps us to move if we get stuck in life. Helps us to move out. Thank you, Ali. That is safety energy lock number 1 at the inside of the knee. She's holding it, connecting it with energy lock number 2. The 2 is on the pelvis, on the hip bone. But we are doing it together with the 4, and the right hand is on the left number 1. So these are cards that come from my card set, and it's out in English, and you can purchase it through the Jin Shin Jyutsu Inc. bookstore, together with other books that you can get there. You can maybe see and go shopping. All right, so number 1 brings me back into that oneness, into that connection to the abundance, in that connection to the universal oneness. And at the same time, it helps us to move, to bring the energy down. It helps exhaling. So this is the liver flow. It brings the energy down from the face, all the way down to the big toe. So it clears the head, also the throat. Something is stuck in the throat, we can hold the ones. Helps chest pain and breathing. Any abdominal pain, So it's a good one for babies. Babies that are always, kind of spitting out the milk. You can hold the wands while you feed them. You can hold the wands, so everything will go down. It's also maybe in elderly people who have difficulties swallowing. One of my colleagues is working in a home for elderly people, and she's using the wands very often because oftentimes they cannot get their, pills down, or they have difficulties with the food and food is not really going down, or they always kind of food is going down the wrong way and all these things. So she has a lot of experience with holding the wands for these kind of things. Anything with breathing. All right, so we do the other side. So my right hand is now holding the right number 4. Right number 4 is right at the back of the head here. And my left hand is holding the 22 on the left side. And again, this connection is clearing the head. Anything with the head, with the ears, anything with the eyes. It doesn't matter how we call it. Anything with the eyes. Any eye disease, anything. And with the 22, we are supporting the thyroid and the parathyroid as well. And we help the flow of the lymph, because it's here below the collarbone where the lymph enters our venous system. So this is good for our immune system. Anything with the immune system. It keeps me soft and flowing, gentle, flexible. I'm able to bend and move like the young green. Looks very gentle, looks very soft, looks, the young plant is bending in the wind without breaking. It grows towards the light. The light is the goal. But it has the ability to grow around a rock, to bend around another plant, to find its way to the light. Now I'm moving on to 14. 22 opens my chest. That's the so-called bust line. That's where our emotions are located. 14 is opening the waistline. That's where my will is located, where I make the decisions rather than handing it over to the universe. Sometimes then I make decisions out of wrong thinking. So a harmonized 14 strengthens our intuition, strengthens our gut feeling, so we can trust. I am trusting my inner feeling. At the same time, this 14 also helps to harmonize any kind of weight project. Any kind of food disharmony and allergies. food intolerance. I can't eat this. "22 helps us to adapt to a situation, to adapt maybe also to a food that I normally don't eat. 22 is here. So if you go out for dinner to a friend, you get invited, and all of a sudden they offer you something that you normally won't eat. Now you can decide, what do you do? Do you wanna hurt them and not eat the thing, or just hold a little bit, or think of your 22 and then just be happy wherever you are? All right. And then we go to the number 1, to the opposite number 1. So my left hand goes to the right number 1 and brings that energy down all the way. And if you want to go to the end of the flow, you can even hold your big toe afterwards. We don't have the time to do the whole flow, so we just do a few steps. Number 1 brings us into the oneness, to the universal oneness. All right, I have another slide at the end. This comes from Tibet. Tibetan wisdom says, the secret to living well and longer is eat half, walk double, laugh triple, and love without measure. Okay, with this I want to say goodbye and have a wonderful day and a wonderful end of the week. And we'll see in a few weeks. And thank you, Ali, for this. You make it possible that we meet here and that we can do all these wonderful insights and share them and do these meditations. Thank you so much.
We're very honored with your sharing and very inspired to take good care of our energy, our livers, our third depth, to be creative and in movement.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye.
Till next time.
Bye.
Enjoy your weekend.
Thank you.